I'm Mike Uyak. I love to try new things, and I've had culinary adventures all around the world as well as right at home. I've had really wonderful food, as well as some really horrible food. I'd like to share some of my adventures with you, and we'll see if I have what it takes to fix whatever goes wrong. This is Recipe Redemption. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Recipe Redemption. A friend of the channel, Chris, made a suggestion after watching some of my videos, in particular the mustard ice cream video, and came up with the suggestion for a pizza ice cream. I've done a little research, and that's actually been done already, but no reason why I can't recreate their effort, so let's give it a shot. Now, a lot of the components for this ice cream I've done before, so I'm going to go kind of quickly through this. First, I'm going to start off with a tomato jam with a cup of sugar, half a cup of water, and a can of diced tomatoes. And to this, I'm going to add some herbs and spices: oregano, basil, about a tablespoon of each, and a teaspoon each of garlic powder and onion powder, plus a healthy pinch of kosher salt. Everything that you would expect in a tomato sauce for a pizza. Stir to combine and then heat. And what I'm trying to do is actually drive out most of the moisture and make it into a jam. I'm also going to take my masher. I'm not going to show this on camera, but I'm going to take my masher and mash up some of these chunks. They are a little bit chunkier than I'd like. Once that's set off to the side to cool, I start with my ice cream base. Here I have a pint of heavy or whipping cream, to which I add about roughly about a cup of half and half, and about a cup of sugar. And I'm saying about because I'm measuring really exactly here. Stir to combine and heating slowly until it reaches about 177 degrees. 175 is really what I was shooting for. At which point I'm going to temper one egg yolk. Now, I could go with more, because the egg yolk usually it gives the thickening power to this as well as a richness, but the final ingredient I'm going to be adding to this is going to add all the thickening power and richness that I need. So I almost don't need this, and I'm just adding a little bit of the hot milk mixture to the egg yolk here to temper it, so I don't scramble the egg yolk. I want it to actually cook slowly and provide that thickening power, as I mentioned. And here we go. And I should be whisking rather than just stirring with a spoon, but all my whisks were in the dishwasher because I think ahead. And here's that final ingredient: shredded mozzarella cheese. I'm just going to add this one small handful at a time, stirring while heating until it's completely melted before adding the next installment. I'm basically kind of making like a cheese fondue out of this ice cream base, but one small handful at a time if it lets me. And once it's all melted and added in, stir and then place in airtight containment and refrigerate for at least 4 hours, or better yet, overnight. Next morning, I assemble my ice cream maker per the manufacturer's instructions, and you can see, just being in the refrigerator, that cheese has set this up fairly solid. It's still sort of liquid-ish. It's not quite scoopable just yet, but it is quite thick. So it's not actually going to need a whole lot of churning, but I do want to chill it more, incorporate air into it to give it a nice, a smoother texture, and obviously those small ice crystals are important. Now, once it's already been churning for about 15 minutes and looks like it's setting up, I'm going to slowly spoon in my tomato jam. What I wanted was a swirl of tomato jam, but I think the only way to really get that is if you have, like a soft serve type machine, then you can actually swirl by having like two nozzles, one with the tomato jam and one with the ice cream in it, and dispensing at the same time. This is kind of mixing it in a little bit more thoroughly than I wanted, but that's okay. Once that's all incorporated, stop the machine, scoop it out into airtight containment, and freeze for at least 4 hours before scooping out and serving. And so here it is, my pizza ice cream, or really a cheese pizza ice cream. It's got everything in it that you would expect on a cheese pizza. The cheese, the nice mozzarella cheese, a tomato sauce, Italian herb combination. Ooh, but the one thing missing is the crust. So I've just got these, they're actually pita chips, but Mediterranean herb, and they're shaped like a pizza slice, so why not? Now, cheese pizza is kind of boring, so any good self-respecting pizza needs toppings. I've just diced up some pepperoni for the top of my pizza ice cream. Let's just see how this tastes. The sweetness of it makes it a little bit different from an actual pizza flavor. You're not expecting the sweetness, even though since I made it, I should be expecting it. I'm not. The pepperoni flavor is still quite prominent, but working it around in my mouth, I get the richness of the cheese, the sort of sweet fruitiness of the tomato. It's actually quite good. Now, because it is pizza flavored, especially with the chips, I want to chew it. This may not be the best idea for people with particularly sensitive teeth. But not bad. A little unusual. But if you want to be really unusual, you can play around with the toppings, because not everybody wants a pepperoni pizza. What about Canadian bacon and pineapple? I know. Some people protest against the very idea of pineapple on a pizza, but you know what? Some people like it, so deal with it. Again, not bad. The ice cream base is subtle enough that you do taste the primary flavors of whatever toppings you've chosen. So I can taste the Canadian bacon, I can taste the pineapple, first and foremost. And then you just have that sort of creamy, tomatoey base. Not bad. Is it my favorite ice cream in the world? No. Not by a long shot, but for a concept that seems so weird, pizza ice cream is actually pretty tasty. I would not mind having this if this were offered to me. I would not be mad. Might raise an eyebrow. But would not be mad. So, pizza ice cream, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Pardon me while I drool on myself. And if you have any other unusual ideas for things I should try, please by all means let me know, and I just might make a video out of it. So until next time, I'm Mike Uyak, and thanks for watching Recipe Redemption.